So shutter speed controls how long the shutter of the camera is going to remain open, and what that controls is action. So if you think of I can actually show you what a shutter looks like. So if you look inside there, so again, it's an old school camera, but I can actually show you, I've got the shutter speed set to really fast, and so you can actually hear how quickly the shutter's going to open and close. Hear that? And then I can set it to really slow, and you can hear how long it takes to open and close. So that's the difference. So if you think about it, you take these two breadboards and we pretend they're the shutter, okay? When it's set to a slow shutter speed, it actually opens and closes very slowly. If you've got your shutter set to a fast shutter speed, it opens and closes really fast. What happens then is when it's opening really slowly, you're actually letting more light into the frame, and when it's opening and closing really quickly, less light is getting in the frame. So shutter speed controls two things: how much light is getting into the frame, and it also controls action. So how fast or slow your shutter speed is set is going to control whether you freeze movement in your image or whether you show movement in your image. So a really good example of shutter speed is a horse race. So you know when you get the photo finish of a horse race, you've got all the horses crossing the line, and just as that moment when they go over the finish line, the photographer takes a shot and you see the horse that's won is just edging its nose out over the other horses, and they're perfectly pin sharp. That's because the photographer has chosen a shutter speed, a very fast shutter speed, to freeze the action. So ideally for something that fast, it would have been a shutter speed of 800 or higher. Now, had the photographer have picked a slower shutter speed at that point, the horses would have been blurry. You would have seen movement, and then it would have been impossible to pick the winning horse. So if you want to freeze action, you need a fast shutter speed.